everyone, Leslie Ray here with a Tuesday tutorial with Digital Delights by Louby Loo. Today I'm going to show you how to create a celebration bunting using the Festive Flamingo, the Bunting Set, and the Rainbow Digital Paper Pack. To complete my project, I also used cardstock, tape runner and ruler, decorative punches, Spectrum Noir pens, ribbons, glitter, 3D glue, and 3D glue dots and glues. I began by laying out my bunting, and this is on an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock so that it can go through my printer. I enlarged my 12 by 12 paper so that it would fit on my 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And then I laid out 3 of the single bunting that's part of the bunting set. And then this is all done on my publisher program, so I also could put in a text box to put individual letters on each piece. Additionally, I did some that were blank. I did some on other colors so that I could have a red, green, or whatever. My celebration bunting is going to be for Christmas because I do Christmas in July. But it could be for anything. You could do these in all different colors and leave them blank instead of going ahead and putting numbers on them or letters on them so that you could change your words however often you want to. So let's get started. I've already created quite a bit ahead, but the things I really kind of want to share with you is how to get a border like this for your bunting pieces. So, I have a bunting piece. I've printed this out. This was printed on my cardstock, and I just traced the line, cut it out with my scissors, and then also to just kind of help smooth this edge, I went over the edges of these colored pieces with my black line marker to go with the black line that's on my bunting base. Now, as you see, this is the exact same piece here as is the shape here. The only difference is how I cut it out. When I printed this off, I printed 2 per page so that I would have a little bit of extra space to make a border. Now, how I determined how wide I needed to trim it down to get it to here was to put it upon how wide my punch is. If you look, I have some punches that are pretty thin. These are about 1/4 inch wide. And so I was able to look at it and cut me a piece of strip of 1/4 inch wide cardstock or cardboard, or I could sit and measure each time. This is the punch I decided to use, and it's actually about 1/2 inch wide. And as you can see, this would be the perfect width to do this cardboard. And so I've created my own little templates to make doing this easier so that I can just put this down on my piece like this and draw a quick and simple line to cut out with. And I don't have to fiddle with measuring or anything like that because I've made myself a quick template. And I will keep this template because I do a lot of 1/2 inch lines anyway, so this will be perfect. But just kind of figure out, punch your template or punch your fancy punch however many times you want to just kind of figure out how deep it needs to be. This one needed to be 1/2 inch deep. So here I've already cut it for me, and now all I have to do is punch. And I was using this punch, and I played around with it to decide that if I lined up the corner here of my piece of bunting and then punched all the way down, lining up my punch, that it would just about meet like I would want it to down here at the end to make a decent ending. And you'll look and see here, it doesn't meet exactly perfect, and I just rounded that edge when I got to the end of it so that it would kind of make a similar circle edge to all of my pieces, okay? So you'll see that when you see all of the letters. But this one, you just kind of rounded it. It doesn't have to be perfect at the end. If you can make it perfect, awesome. You're better than I am. But you just kind of round that off, okay? And this goes together really simply. I just go ahead and run some tape runner. This particular one is going to be blank because this is the one I want my digi on. I have letters on the others, but this one will actually have a digi. And so I line this up on here. And if you wanted to, you could make it pop, or whatever treatment you wanted to do that, you could do to that. And so here is where I've been going along and adding my banner pieces. Okay. And on this banner, I want, this is so cute, little festive flamingo. He is precious. And I've gone ahead and already colored him. I've added in some chunky glitter for his hat. And I've added in some prism type glitter for the blades of his ice skates and for the lights around his neck. So I want him to fit on my piece of bunting. And these 3D glue dots are really sticky, so I went ahead and cut them apart. And you'll notice that I've cut some of them smaller to fit on smaller places so that I'm not just using a whole glue dot all the time. And the way he fits on here is like this. I'm not going to get these skates off. And go. So he is on for my Celebrate. I love him. He's so cute. And I want to stick him on here. Now, there's certain ways you can do this. You can punch holes and tie little bows and line them up. I know that I will put this up for a season, and it will probably just be for this season. So I'm using just my tiny attacher, and then I have tied here with some pieces of ribbon or fabric, some little bows, and I'm going to put that in where my two pieces meet. And I'm going to staple this on as well so that it's held on good. Turn this way, make it easier for you guys to see as well. And I'm going to go ahead and put the one on the corner. So I have all of my ribbons here going across. Now, just a minute, my little tiny attacher is gone crazy attaching. Let's try that again. I could add these with glue dots or some Fabri-Tac, whatever made me happy. The tiny attacher works fast and easy. And so here's part of our bunting. And so obviously off camera I will add my letters between the, or my bows between the T and the E, and between the E and the B. But here are all the pieces to my bunting, and it will go across. I think I'm going to put this across like my window for Christmas, for Celebrate, because we are going to have a festive time. So that is very simple, very easy, using the bunting pattern, outlining it out on your paper. So you've already got your paper, you cut it out, and then you cut out just another piece and do your fancy punches around it. And I love the way it looks. I love the lacy look, and I love how simple it went together, and I hope you enjoyed it too. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below on the YouTube, and one of us will try to answer you. And thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next week with Christine for another Tuesday tutorial. Have a great day.